Sure.
So Mariella, bless her heart, she became my mom's, would drive us into Pine River, take my mom grocery shopping.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay.
Or go by boat.
Okay.
When we used to go over to Cross Lake when you could grocery shop right across the road.
Yes,
before
yes.
it moved to Reed's. But
Yes.
Mariella became a fixture for our family up here.
Oh, okay.
Yes, they became very close.
Okay.
Yeah. Now,
Oh,
and I haven't talked to
interesting.
Mariella for quite some time, but
Well, she may be up here. She came up this spring and visited.
yeah,
Future was.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
And I think Mariella is very similar to her. I mean, to me, she hasn't changed a bit.
Yeah. And I
So.
remember Mariella's sister, Peg.
Yes.
I remember her very well.
Yes.
Yep.
And nowadays, she used to come out here after work during the week.
Totally.
Because it was cooler out here.
Yes.
And for us, we never left the resort,
No.
so it was always the same temperature.
Right.
But now if you go into town, you think, oh, well, we've got to dress, 10 degrees warmer.
Exactly. Yes.
Because you do come out here and it's cooler than it is by the city.
No question.
But she used to come every night and take her swim.
Yep, I remember.
Yeah.
And, I remember Mariella used to take us into Pine River to, I don't know if they were plays or musicals. I'm having fuzzy
Yeah.
memories, but we just did a lot with Mariella.
Really?
Yeah, she and my mom were very culturally
Okay.
oriented.
Yes.
So they shared that in common. So I just remember going into Pine River and doing
Okay.
whatever could be cultural in Pine River.
I know.
No, but
I know. That's amazing.
But we did whatever. Yeah, so they were a big part of our time.
Did
up
you
here.
do sodas then at the pharmacy, and you'd get a soda at the pharmacy?
Oh, I'm sure
there,
we did.
or
Oh,
really?
I'm sure.
We found out just recently, we discovered, we put two and two together, that, Grandpa, we'd go into town with Grandpa.
Right.
And he would set us at the soda fountain and tell the lady, get whatever they want, and then he'd go across the street for a shot at the bar. And we never knew that.
Oh, that is so funny.
We always remember, of course, being the oldest, he always left her a lot of money. Well, that's because they babysat with us while he went
over there.
Had something to drink.
Oh, that is so funny.
And us kids never knew that at the time. We had to be 50 years old to realize that's what was going on.
Of course. That is so funny. Oh, my gosh.
So, but yeah, it was and that's why we remember going to the soda fountain all
Sure,
the time.
yeah.
Is because Grandpa would set us up on those stools
yeah.
and give her good money for watching us.
You became a fixture probably in there.
We probably did.
Yes, that is so funny.
And we thought Grandpa, he used to do that down in Kenosha too. He would grab us kids and take us to go get a chocolate malt like an hour before the big Sunday Easter dinner or something. And we thought Grandpa was the best thing because he could tell Mom what to do. We had no clue what that relationship was.
Right.
We just knew Grandpa could tell Mom
what to do. Oh, that is so funny.
So we viewed him. That's our view,
Of course. Oh my gosh.
So, but yeah, I have some pictures of him, which is interesting, because there's not a lot of pictures there weren't cameras so much back then. But I have pictures of him holding a fox, holding pheasants, holding quail.
Oh, that's great.
I have a great picture of him asleep on a boat. He was fishing and fell asleep. But ice fishing, I have some good. So, he was really, from these pictures, looks like a bear, a great outdoorsman. No wonder he loved it up here.
Well, yeah, this would be his element. Yeah.
But, that's... Well, those are good stories, Julie. Thank you.
Well, yeah, I wish I had more. I mean, and then every summer, both my sister and I we have friends come up. And then when I got a little older, my friend and I would stay in the Quonset hut.
Oh, you did?
It's like when I was a teenager, it was like, okay, I didn't want to hang in the little cabin with my friend. We wanted our own space. So we get to stay in the Quonset hut.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
With the outhouse out back.
Yes. But it was that we had our privacy.
That's funny.
And we probably were smoking. We weren't supposed to. So we could do it down there, and nobody knew. And so, that was fun.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Now, that's interesting that you said that.
Sure.
The boys have a little more work on it, but it's funny that you said that's what you guys got, and you got to stay down there.
Got to stay down there, and I'd have a friend up for a week, and then my sister would have a friend up for a week, and my dad would usually bring them back and forth.
According to Mom, Grandpa built that for her to have her college friends up here.
See, that
so
makes
it's a
sense.
young person's cottage.
It's a young person's cottage, yes. Oh, now here's another story, and this has nothing to do with actually the resort, but it's so interesting. because my mother never drove,
Yeah.
the first car that I got, my dad bought in Pine River, Minnesota.
Is that right?
Yes, and it's because he knew, somehow he had a connection with the dealership there, and I don't even know if it's a Chevy dealership, I think.
Sure.
So the only reason I got a car is because my dad, I think, got tired of being my mom's chauffeur for all those years.
Sure.
So when I turned 16, my dad said, I'm going to get you a car, Julie, but you're using this car to take your mom grocery shopping, to take her to get her hair done. And so
Okay.
my first car came from Pine River, Minnesota.
Did it really?
And that's so funny when I think
Now, how
back.
long did your parents come up here? Forever and ever?
Forever, until they moved to Boca Raton, Florida. And I can't tell you what year that was.
Okay.
And even then, they still came back to Minnesota some of the summers, so they might have come up here.
Okay.
And that's when I wasn't living in
Sure,
Minnesota,
sure.
so I'm a little fuzzy on
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Yeah. But, well, my mom died when she was 62.
Oh, did she?
Hmm?
She was so young.
She was so young, and that, we could put some kind of a timeline on it because she died in I want to say 75, 74 or 75,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And they had lived in Florida maybe 3 years
Oh.
prior to that.
Okay.
So they've been coming up here all that time until they moved to Florida,
Okay.
which was
Okay.
probably around 1970.
Okay. And you said you were how old when you 4? Did you say?
Between 4 and 6.
Okay. That you
And-
started.
Yeah, now see, my sister Marge is 5 years younger than me, and I can't remember if I came up here before she was born, and it was just me and my mom and dad, or we all came together, which would have made, then I would have been like 5 or 6, and Marge would have been a baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have all that.
Yeah.
In Pennsylvania,
Mm.
my parents, we moved to Minneapolis when I was 3 years old,
Okay.
so that would have been like 1949.
Okay.
Okay, so that's when I was 3, and I want to say that maybe it was 2 to 3 years after we moved to Minnesota that we started coming
Okay.
here.
Okay.
But obviously, because I was so young then, I don't have all
I'll
the
have to
dates.
ask Mom. We didn't ask Mom if she remembers how your family.
Well,
started up
I
here.
think I asked her last summer, but
She wasn't sure.
I don't know if she was sure.
Yeah, she might not be. Some people she knows, like she always tells about Adolf, not Hitler, but I can't remember his last name now. I'm trying to remember who that was. I have it on video someplace. And Grandma and her were up here by themselves, and they were so scared. And Grandma didn't drive either.
Right,
So when
right,
they
I
used to
remember that.
come up here, they were all by themselves.
themselves, sure,
And they
sure.
talk about taking that little rowboat or
Yep.
the 3.5 horse all the way across the lake to Manhattan
That's
Beach.
what we used to do too. We
Do
used
you
to
remember
that.
the Indians up here, the Native Americans?
Yeah, kinda.
Because you don't,
Kinda.
I do a little bit. And Mom was telling this story that, and now I remember when we went to Manhattan Beach, they would sit outside of Manhattan Beach. And Mom said they were never allowed in the bar because they always would get too drunk in the bar.
Just vaguely fuzzy
Yeah.
memory of that.
And you always wanted the little Indian girl that
Oh.
they sold.
Totally.
Yes.
That I remember.
Yes, you had to have the little Indian girl
Oh,
with
like-
her leather.
Yep, I had a collection of those.
Yes.
I had a collection. And when you said taking the rowboat, we used to take like the little aluminum
Yep.
boat, and my dad would always get a motor, and we would take the boat over to Manhattan Beach, and then there used to be a little shop over there, like across the road, and they sold milkshakes or something, or fried chicken.
Yes, they did. There was a restaurant over there.
There was a restaurant over
And
there.
was it a bowling alley and a restaurant? I don't
Remember bowling alley. That I don't remember, but that used to be a highlight. Like, let's get in the boat and go get the fried
Yes.
chicken over in Manhattan Beach.
Yes,
So we did that.
yes.
Remember that? Oh, and here's another little story, and then I'll be quiet. Then I'm done.
It's okay. You can keep going.
Now this was fun. When I was in high school, I dated a guy from Minneapolis. His family had a cabin over on Upper or Lower Hay.
Okay.
I forget what. And his family had a boat. And we used to put on water ski shows. And
Really?
I will never forget one summer, we took his parents' boat over to Manhattan Beach, And there must have been 8 of us that were water skiers. And we did the actual pyramid thing. And me being the smallest, I was the top of the pyramid. And we all took off from the dock. We all had it precision timed. And my boyfriend, his name was Greg, and his brother was driving the boat, and he hit the throttle. And we literally took off. And I'll never forget that because I remember feeling like I was a star.
Oh, sure.
Because there were people put on this
Oh,
thing.
my goodness.
And I just remember being the top of the pyramid, and we didn't fall, and we went around the whole bay back there.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
there's a story for you.
Oh, my goodness.
A water ski show.
For free.
For free, yes, yes.